This advanced nuclear submarine is above $2 billion. The British Royal Navy intends to deploy 7 Astute-class nuclear attack submarines to replace its aging fleet of Cold Warrior Trafalgar-class ships. Depending on currency rates, the new submarines will be among the costliest combat vessels ever built. 26 years after the first ship was laid down in 2001, the last of the massive 97-meter-long ships is anticipated to be commissioned in 2017. Each of the ships will displace around 7,600 tons submerged, deploying up to 126 torpedoes and cruise missiles. This firepower is approximately equivalent to 3 of Britain's Type 45 class destroyers or 3.5 of its upcoming Type 26 class frigates, which is particularly considerable given the small size of the country's surface combat fleet. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are talking about the billion-dollar advanced Astute-class nuclear submarine. So, let's get going. Amid widespread signs of poor reliability and underperformance in the major weapon systems developed for the Royal Navy, from the troubled Type 45 class destroyers to the Queen Elizabeth class carriers and their F-35B stealth fighters, the submarine program appears to be one of the most successful by far and continues to provide Britain with a highly formidable offensive capability. Issues with cost overruns have nevertheless been considerable, with the first 3 ships of the class on average being 58 over budget and the fourth coming at a still significant 16 over budget. The Astute class were developed with contributions of advice and expertise of General Dynamics through a US Navy contract, and although the program has faced considerable cost overruns and delays, these have generally been considerably less than those faced by most other warships programs in the country. A number of Western analysts have made bold claims regarding the capabilities of the Astute-class ships, including that they are the most capable nuclear attack submarines ever developed. Perhaps the most notable feature of the ships is their quietness, with 39,000 advanced anechoic tiles, ensuring a level of noise unprecedentedly low for a Western-built nuclear-powered ship and comparable to small diesel electronic-class attack boats. The ship's nuclear reactor has a 25-year life and can be used to recycle air and water, which allows the boat to sail around the entire world without the need to surface. The ship can also allocate some space to Special Boat Service Special Forces units, much like the US Navy uses Ohio-class ships to deploy SEALs for operations abroad. The Astute-class's Sonar 7026 system, integrated passive-active search and attack, has both intercept flank and towed arrays, and is claimed by the producer to be the world's top sonar system. These can detect surface ships and submarines up to 5,555 kilometers away, providing a degree of situational awareness with few rivals, although these ranges are considerably shorter for stealth targets. Whether the submarines can detect targets at such ranges when scanning in all directions or only when focused on a specific area remains uncertain. Alongside Tomahawk cruise missiles for land attack purposes, the ship's indigenous Spearfish heavyweight torpedoes are relied on to hunt enemy submarines and surface ships. The torpedoes have been in service since 1992, and after a 17-year pause, they resumed production in 2020. With approximately 500 having been built since production began in 1988. The weapons carry 300-kilogram warheads and have a respectable range of 54 kilometers. 3 Astute-class ships are currently in service, with the 4th undergoing sea trials and 3 more under construction. The ships face intense upcoming competition from rival designs fielded by competing producers of nuclear attack submarines, including the American Virginia-class Block V, the Russian Yuzhny-class and Laika-class, and perhaps the most ambitious of all in its design, the Chinese Type 95 class. The British Royal Navy has launched a new Astute-class nuclear attack submarine, the HMS Audacious, which left the Barrow in Furness shipyards on April 7th on its maiden voyage to be received at Naval Base Clyde. Costing around $2 billion, the warship is one of the most expensive ever built by a European state and benefits from integration of a range of next-generation technologies, most notably 39,000 anti-acoustic tiles, which make it extremely difficult to detect by reducing noise. The Audacious is one of 7 Astute-class ships planned, the 4th to be completed, and makes use of a nuclear propulsion system, providing an effectively unlimited range. With a crew of 98, Astute-class ships can operate at depths up to 390 meters and travel at 32 km speeds when fully submerged. The warships deploy 2 primary classes of weapon, the aging Tomahawk subsonic cruise missile and the slightly newer Spearfish torpedo. Both of these weapon systems are expected to be replaced during the ship's service life. The Astute-class ships are being commissioned to replace aging Trafalgar-class attack submarines, a design dating back to the early 1980s, of which 3 are currently in service. The new submarine program has faced considerable cost overruns and delays, with the manufacturer BAE Systems and the British Ministry of Defence admitting that they have understated the technical challenges and costs of the program, forcing the 2 parties to renegotiate the contract. The HMS Audacious is approximately 16 over budget, a considerable improvement on its 3 predecessors, which were on average 58 over budget. HMS Ensign is the 5th Astute-class nuclear-powered fleet submarine of the Royal Navy. This will be the 8th vessel of the Royal Navy to bear the name after Admiral George Ensign. On the 25th of March 2010, BAE Systems were given the go-ahead by the government to begin construction on boats 5 and 6, Ensign and Agamemnon being given a £300 million contract for the initial build of boat 5 and long lead procurement activities for boat 6. On the 19th of November 2015, a possible new contract worth £1.3 billion was signed for HMS Ensign. It was officially named on the 11th of December 2020 and is projected to be launched in 2021. The 5th Astute-class submarine has officially been named Ensign in a ceremony at BAE Systems submarine site in Barrow and Furness, Cumbria. The 97-meter-long, 7,400-ton submarine is due to be launched into the water in Barrow early next year, ahead of leaving for sea trials in 2022. Work is also well underway in Barrow on Astute Boat 6 and 7, as well as the first 2 boats in the Dreadnought class, which is the next generation of nuclear deterrent submarines. Work on both Astute and Dreadnought has continued throughout this year, with major changes being implemented across its Barrow and satellite sites to enable employees to work safely and adhere to social distancing. It is for that reason that only a handful of people were able to witness the naming ceremony. About 10,000 people are employed by BAE Systems submarine business, primarily in the northwest of England, with many more working in the company's supply chain. In support of the Astute and Dreadnought programs, the company spends more than £1 billion annually with more than 1,000 suppliers, more than 85 of whom are located in the UK. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments down below. Be safe and stay well.